If Cardano lands in the first wave of US altcoin spot ETFs, then ADA's narrative changes overnight. Today we've got a fresh report that Solana, XRP and Cardano ADA are all seen as likely frontrunners in the race for a spot ETF. Plus, a new piece arguing Cardano ADA still shines in a high inflation world. I'll show you what's fact, what's speculation, and where a reasonable ADA breakout zone could be, along with the risks no one loves to talk about. Stick around until the end for my data-driven scenario and quick checklist you can use before taking any trades. We will also cover the latest crypto news shaping ADA's outlook. Let's get to it. Let's go. So we're going to start here on coin market cap. The total market cap of crypto globally stands at $3.84 trillion at the time of recording, with Bitcoin at 111,790.67, up 0.52% at the time of recording, and we've got Cardano ADA up 2.15% in the past 24 hours, sitting at 84 cents 70. But let's get into this. Solana, XRP and Cardano may lead the first altcoin ETF approvals. So the dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum in the ETF market may soon face some steep competition. Analysts suggest that the US Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC, is preparing the groundwork for a broader wave of approvals, opening the door for altcoin-based exchanges, traded funds. Really interesting stuff. We've got Bloomberg's correspondent here noted that several assets already meet the criteria for listing, including Chainlink, Stellar's XLM, Bitcoin Cash, BCH, Avalanche, AVAX, Litecoin LTC, and Polkadot's DOT. Highly traded names such as Solana Sol, Cardano ADA, Ripple's XRP, Dogecoin Doge, and Shiba Inu SHIB are also seen as strong contenders thanks to their liquidity and established derivative markets. So I think this is huge, and it's really interesting to me that it's not just utility driven projects, the likes of Shiba Inu in there, the likes of Dogecoin. I'm interested to get people's views and opinions on that. Like, is that something that concerns you, or is that something that actually you're okay with because actually they're not rug pulls, they've got, you know, lots of liquidity, lots of people wanting to trade in and out of them, and maybe they have got some utility. I mean, we have seen some sports teams accepting the likes of Doge for payment and stuff like that. I mean, if you were going to pay for anything with crypto that you don't mind getting rid of, maybe it's Doge. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Let's hit the like button if you enjoy this sort of content, and subscribe. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. Treat this purely as entertainment purposes only. Investing in crypto is risky and you do risk losing all of your money. So, you know, go and engage with a financial advisor. That is not me. I'm not a financial advisor. Yeah, look, Cardano permabull says it is all aligning for Cardano, sets breakout area for price explosion. Again, take everything with a pinch of salt. So this is Dan from Crypto Capital Ventures. He is, I'm going to say, termed an analyst. Yeah, like, I don't know how accurate his predictions are. So, you know, just take it with a pinch of salt, go do your own research and so on. But, you know, he's saying he, you know, looks at Cardano, the market sentiment, and in the near term outlook amid aligning bullish, you know, I guess intent is what he's seeing in these charts, right? Again, he's setting the zone, right? For Cardano breakout point, Dan highlighted the area of $1.87. He noted he is keeping tabs around the level $1.87, and Cardano breaking above it places it on course for much higher prices. And he's talking about like $7.50, $10, you know, as you know, the price range that it can go to. I've always kind of been optimistic that, you know, a road with no bumps in it, no, you know, hurdles, a blue sky world scenario where everything aligns and everything goes really, really well. $7 is the absolute pinnacle of where I think the price could go. And it's going to be interesting whether it does do that, right? You know, we've had over $3 in the past. You know, time's moved on. Inflation has, you know, been creeping up massively. So, you know, could $5 be a realistic target? I'm interested to get your views and opinions. Let me know your price predictions in the comments below. Then we got today, Solana and Cardano outperformed Bitcoin. And again, like, this is obviously at the time that this article was you know, being written. So, you know, is it true, right? Solana is up 2.73%, Bitcoin's up 0.54, and Cardano is up 2.10. So yeah, like, they are both outperforming Bitcoin. Again, I think that actually when you look at altcoins overall, right, we go to Bitcoin, we go, like, look over the last 1 year, so 12 months is up 105.2%. We go to Solana and we do the same thing, so over a year it's up 61.1. So if you bought Solana, it hasn't outperformed Bitcoin in the last 12 months, right? But if you had bought Cardano ADA, it's outperformed both. ADA is 152.79% up for the year. So, like, Solana isn't, you know, it's being touted as this really amazing project. You know, lots of gains have been made, but in actual fact, Cardano ADA has outperformed Solana. Cardano ADA has outperformed Bitcoin. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, we can have a look at, has it outperformed Ethereum? I don't know, because I haven't looked at it. We'll have a look at it. Yeah, it's even outperformed Ethereum. So, you know, like, Cardano is doing really well, and I don't understand the negative sentiment around it. The performance is, you know, I've just talked about, you know, probably two, possibly three of the most dominant crypto projects in the space, and it's outperformed all of them. So, you know, we can tout this stuff around, but factually speaking, over the last 12 months, Cardano price performance has been better than Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. And you kind of consider, you know, Bitcoin's got a spot ETF, Ethereum's got a spot ETF. Cardano hasn't got a spot ETF yet. Could you imagine what it would have performed if it had had the same environment, the same exposure as what Bitcoin and Ethereum have had over the last 12 months? What do you think the price you know, appreciation would have been? Really interested to get your views and opinions. Now, ChatGPT predicts the price of XRP, Cardano, and BNB by the end of 2025. So, ChatGPT predicts XRP to $7 come the end of the year. It's forecasting Cardano to hit $2, again, pretty low, and then BNB to reach $1,200. So they're not huge price predictions, but they are interesting, that is for certain. Now, I think Cardano will massively outperform $2, but maybe not by the end of 2025. Like, I think going into 2026 is where we're going to see probably the biggest moves, the biggest gains. Best cryptos to buy in a high inflation market: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano is what's being touted here. But I've, you know, told you the absolute pinnacle would have been Cardano. So, you know, I've kind of demonstrated that with the performance over the last 12 months. So, you know, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Really interested to get your views and opinions. Also, do me an absolute blinder. Let me know in the comments below how my audio is coming through. I've got a new microphone. I'm not particularly happy with it. I kind of feel like it's not quite right, but let me know if you agree, disagree. I won't play any music in the background. I just really would like to get people's views and opinions on the sound quality, because this is a really expensive mic, actually more expensive than the one that I was using previously. So I would like to get some feedback. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and I'll catch you in the next one.